Hello everybody and welcome to another... I just spoke during my intro, that's very rude of you, just because you have a nice powerful mic too, and so do I, that's crisp and clear, and y'all are like, wow, what's that voice coming through? Howdy people, quick little FYI, the following episode of the Kill Them With Comedy podcast was supposed to be the first one with the full brand new setup with two of these sexy blue mics, and we did have them. Somehow we muted one of the mics. Nathan's mic was muted. The sound's still good because you can hear it all through the one. If it's a little bit quiet, that's why. The next one will be fine. From there, hopefully, we'll see. But right now, this was a very good episode, all about different people that have come up with their own versions of clean energy that have been, well, assassinated, disappeared, mysteriously died, and weird things. All convenient, just a coincidence, definitely. This is the story of them and many other things. KD, roll that jingle, sir. This is the Kill Them With Comedy podcast, featuring true crime, amazing events, conspiracies, unsolved mysteries, and an array of weird and wonderful topics, all for your enjoyment. You're welcome.
And that proves that even people that you would trust with your life can, at some point, go fucking crazy.
Hello everybody and welcome to another... I just spoke during my intro, that's very rude of you, just because you have a nice powerful mic too, and so do I, that's crisp and clear, and y'all are like, wow, what's that voice coming through? I haven't heard that beautiful voice before.
Beautiful, crisp tones.
Yeah, it's the voices we always had, it's just now you can hear them properly, mother truckers.
That's right.
And this is an episode of the Kill Them With Comedy podcast, the show where two comedians talk about many topics, including unsolved mysteries, true crimes, big explosions, small explosions that hurt one person, small explosions that hurt a lot of people, people that blew themselves up, and I don't mean in a bomb, I mean literally blew themselves up with a pump up the butt.
Missing Nazis,
I mean that's quite normal though, to be fair. Recently, we've been sat at a table with Epstein.
Oh yeah.
We've been sat at a table with Hitler, Genghis Khan, and Bin Laden.
Osama Bin Laden.
Yeah. Who's going to be at the table next? Who knows? I am your comedic heel and all-around lovable butthead Kd Hinken. The heel turn has started. The heel turn started. Yeah. Well, I'm just a dickhead, we know this. Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah. See me going around the circuit soon, being the dickhead that I am again once I finish with a few new bits of material. I'm really excited for doing new material lately.
That's the thing as well.
I haven't been like that for a while.
I haven't really wanted to do any stuff because I don't have new material to do. I don't want to repeat
it's always
the old
up
stuff
there
now because I know what the old stuff is and I can just bring that out when I want to. But until I get something new, like written down, I can go, like, this is my solid next bit I'm working on. I don't really have the
I think it's a great place to be, though. I think this is a good place for us to be comedy-wise, where we're questioning, we know what we want to do, which means we're not as into the older stuff, but just having that there ready to whip out at any time is an amazing. It's a great skill. With new people would be like, oh, that's cool. I'm looking forward to getting to do. I remember myself thinking that.
I've got 20 minutes. I have 20 minutes of material I can just throw out whenever I need to, plus an extra 5 and change if I really need the extra.
I was going to say, that's good. You know, you can yabber as well and do more than that. I know I could yabber on for a while. Look at all the yabbering we do in this podcast.
I mean, if I do the Scottish bit and it goes well enough, that will stretch to half an hour easily, because that shit goes crazy.
I want to just a few times, like going on stage when I'm doing a longer set as well, just picking a story from a podcast that I've done and just telling that story. Because sometimes it's just fun, like the balloon airman. Yeah. Just certain things like people not dying, like there's some great stories there. Yeah. There's the little ones and stuff. But many stories that we can talk about on the Kill Them With Comedy podcast, but I'm not the only one, of course. I may be the KD Comedy Inc. provocateur, but I am not alone. I am also here with my co-host, a man of 1,000 voices, not all of them in their head, because some of them are also in his butt.
Yeah.
And he has 2 buttholes, we all know this, and 17 pee holes at this point. Please welcome Nathan Parish.
Hey, it's me.
I was about to say, tell me about yourself as if you weren't on.
As if I wasn't always on here. Yeah.
Hence why I introduced it first, was in your house, the last episode when your friend was here, Leopold.
Yeah. I wasn't here for that, which was annoying.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I mean, the people watching this, it might come out after, because this will probably come out before the Christmas special, so you'll see it when they see it.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
He is not a nice person.
No, he's charming.
He's charming.
But he's
So
not
was
got a
Hitler.
good moral compass.
No. Hitler was charming, apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't see him myself. He looked quite wheedly.
Yeah.
Imagine him getting bullied like in school.
I imagine that. Mussolini, however, I reckon he'd pour you a wine, he'd get you a cigar, you'd have a nice time with Mussolini.
Yeah, but then he'd shoot you.
Yeah, but
You'd get wined and dined
get shot
first.
by Hitler anyway, and he'd
True.
just be doing meth all the entire time, screaming about the fatherland.
He seems like the kind of person that would teabag you after death, Hitler does. Mm-hmm. Like, he'd be a sweaty one too, because he's always, like you said, the meth, he's running
Shoot
about
you in the
jumping.
head, burn your body to make it look like it was it was him, and then bum you.
Excellent leg flexibility though.
Excellent.
Everyone in the German army,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
Goose stepping, man. It's not easy to do.
It legitimately isn't.
No, it's
apparently.
not.
It's one of the hardest forms of military.
Try
movement
it
to do.
if you can be completely sure there's nobody recording you. Try it.
Yeah, never do it in public.
No.
Never do it in
No.
public. Especially don't do it in public as a group of white people in a line. That is the
No.
worst thing you can do.
Especially if one of them has to be a prince of the country.
Yeah.
Then definitely, definitely don't dress up
Definitely
in any
don't do
Nazi uniform for any reason.
Definitely don't do that.
Even if you're literally on stage during a show of Sound of Music and you're playing one of the Nazis,
Don't do the goose dance.
don't do it.
Just don't dress up as a Nazi.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Everyone else is there like, dressed up as Nazis and you're just there in our street clothes and like, yo, Harry's in. Harry's in. Why are you not in uniform, yeah?
Yeah, because I don't want to seem like a racist, and I refuse to do the accent as well, you bloody Nazis.
Oh, but is it not racist if you do not dress up in a uniform? Is it not racist to us, yeah? Are we not people?
I mean, it was Hugo Boss. It's more of a fashion crime than anything else.
Okay, what now?
You know that they were made by Hugo Boss.
Or Nazis?
Nazi officer.
Nazis were made by Hugo Boss.
Nazi officer.
How Hugo Boss made Nazis? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, manufactured them
Wow! In the bottle
in
there.
sweatshops.
Oh, they just squirted it onto like some Kleenex. All of a sudden, boom! Got a Nazi.
No, but genuinely, the Nazi officer's uniform was literally designed by Hugo Boss.
That's just weird. I mean, first of all, they had to get a designer in for that uniform.
I mean, to be fair, mate.
I mean, they
out of
stole a
out of
swastika.
all of the fucking military uniforms from the time, it is by far the sharpest.
Yeah.
That is a fine ass looking military uniform.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually know any of the military uniforms. I know.
I mean, they're all like khaki and they kind of like thing. The Nazi ones were like very nice, clean, sharp lines.
Yeah.
And then we will have the little bits of red, the tiny little bits of red just to draw the eye away from the badges, and the badges, they're beautiful.
I don't
They're all done with
think.
the most beautiful cotton.
I don't think Hitler
okay?
would have been okay with this extremely camp
Oh, he definitely would.
German man.
He definitely would, darling. Okay.
I'd-
So what we're gonna do with this is, okay, just sit down and listen to me.
He'd be like, should you not be?
This is a bit I'm gonna do now. I'm so doing the Nazi designer who did the uniform. Okay, darlings, listen to me now. What we're
Very
going to do
good
with
bit.
this is a nice clean lines, nice sharp clean lines. Yeah, they're gonna be beautiful, right? They're gonna be so beautiful. You're not going to execute me for being gay. That's how beautiful.
And
it's
if anyone
going to be.
says you can't make jokes about like gay people or something or whatever, you can be like, "Are you trying to tell me I shouldn't make jokes of Nazis because it might hurt their feelings?" Is that what you're?
Is that what you're telling me?
Is that what
Is that
you're
what you're
trying
saying?
to say right now?
Should I be pro-Nazi now?
I mean, I'm not. It's not like they don't go without their benefits. That was the one thing at the trigger warning show with
Without their
GURPS.
benefits.
With GURPS, we had to pick different things to debate at one point, like for and against, for for them. And with ours, it was like something to do with the Aryan race or something. And I was just like straight up like when they. Every other one was like a decision of getting the nice one. I was like straight up like, I'll take the bad one.
I'll take the bad one.
Yeah, I'll go for
Take
it.
the bad
Hell
one
yeah.
every time. Yeah.
I remember talking a good little bit
Make
about
me
their
work for
organisation
comedy.
and about the Aryan race would accept me. I'd be straight in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, somebody called me Ginger and I cried audibly. I was like, they still take me. More chance than you. Yeah, bold. I don't know. I mean, you might be able to get in no matter what in that case. If you're bold, say people with alopecia, that'd be what you would do. Shave every part of your body, wax it all, when the Germans would come in, and say to them, yo, I'm blonde.
Yeah.
You just can't see
I'm
it.
fucking blonde, dude. I'm just bald as shit.
Yeah, man. Like, where is your hair gone? You cannot be that healthy if you are bald as shit.
Yeah.
And they're French, apparently, too.
Yeah, these are the French
Oh, the French had many Nazis. They would have bring them over. And they'd be like, we give you cheese. And they'd be like, no, we don't like cheese. And they'd be like, what do you like? Oh, we like mud.
Yeah.
We give you lots of mud.
Lots of mud.
You
We
take
have
the mud.
thousands of tons of mud.
We want you to have it. And you want to take it.
Don't tell us no. We will not take no.
It's already in your hotel.
We will not take no advantage. It is already in the hotel.
We have filled your...
gift. We'll find it offensive.
Yes. We have filled your suitcases full of mud. Your car is full of mud. Your wife
is full of mud.
No, we tried, but it killed her. I'm sorry. You have a funeral to go to next week.
Oh shit!
We have
but
taken...
she is full of mud.
But she is now full of mud. Oh yes, about at least 80%. We're working on the rest. It's only trying to
get a hardened structure of mud for the bones, then she will be at least 98%
at least.
Mud.
Give it time to fossilize. And then you got a full mud woman. Like all of Germany wants. That is what we fight for our motherland.
This is what the Third Reich is all about. Having mud women.
It is not about the clay, like others told us. It is not about the grass. It is about the mud.
Don't know how the fuck we got down this line.
It's a beautiful thing, though.
Oh,
I mean, 12 minutes, intro sorted.
That's the
write that down
intro,
somewhere. It writes itself, I tell you. It writes itself, my friend.
Jesus
I'm just going to
Christ.
keep saying stuff while I'm typing this in.
That's
Intro. What did we finish off with then in the end? We were talking about muddy women.
The Nazi mud women. The French Nazi mud women.
Mud women, not the Nazis.
Oh, fuck. Right.
I wouldn't want to fuck a mud woman, to be
No.
fair. That would get dry quick, I imagine.
But you're not a Nazi.
I'm not a Nazi. Or am I?
Oh.
It would be the perfect disguise. Playing the slow game, that's what they're doing, the Nazis. They've been here the whole time, multiple generations at this point, pretty much.
They tried to accelerate it a bit with that whole tiki torch thing. But
Don't know what that is.
in America, where they all sort of walked through Charlottetown.
Who's Charlotte? She should be the one that's angry about this.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
In your fucking town?
Why does she have a whole town? Who is she?
I don't know.
Fucking bitch.
Fucking bitch.
No wonder the people are fucking out with their tiki things,
Yeah.
getting angry at her.
Getting angry
I
at
assuming they
Charlotte.
were protesting about Charlotte.
No, I've got all...
She shut a tiki bar. Is that what was going on?
No.
Oh.
It's alright, Carl. It's alright, Carl. We'll move on before we end up getting, you know...
Well, educate. We need to educate the people. I need to be educated probably.
Well,
Actually, well, I don't know what that was.
literally a bunch of, like...
It seemed like
white
some
supremacists
KKK,
walked
yeah.
Through, and there were a lot of them all through Charlottesville, can't be one of those.
America, a lot of racist white people.
I
Nah.
know. But the thing is, they all turned up together and they all carried like flaming torches that were like tiki torches that you buy at Best Buy for $5. It's like, oh, you couldn't even be cool about it. You had to go with the lamest version.
I hope to God wherever they bought all those torches from, they were owned by a coloured person or an Asian person.
Almost certainly, yeah.
Almost certainly, yeah. There are a lot more of them than us, which sounds really racist to say.
That sounds racist when you say it that way, yeah.
True,
In
true.
America.
But there's a lot. No. I know that in Britain.
In Britain, it's like certain areas.
I know religion-wise that Christianity is now not the main.
Yeah,
the most popular religion.
I like that as well, is because a lot of Christians just stopped believing in God.
Yeah,
Started going with the whole atheist thing.
It's like,
agnostic at least.
I went to the internet and then you can see like all these other things about how much it's very easy to see through lies.
That's one of the
when
things
you have the internet.
That's actually quite interesting about.
That's why China don't let you have it.
Yeah, one of the things I used to be really into, I think I've said before, is like
German shows porn.
No. Religion and like anti-religion debates and stuff like that.
Oh, I love that shit.
It's fucking brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the ones that I heard about was, I never actually saw any of it because of course I don't speak Arabic. But it was one of these guys who was in America and he translated all the stuff and explained all this stuff in Arabic, so that people who were into Islam were being shown the same ideas and this, and he has had a huge effect. And it's that same thing of like, if you go around and you're thinking to yourself, well, no one else believes it, so I must be crazy, so it must be real because everyone else believes it,
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. But I don't believe it. But
there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
And then you go onto the internet and you start seeing things go like, no, but actually you're right. This shit is just made up. And, spiritualism may be a thing. Maybe there is something after this life, but no one knows.
No, it's a comfort blanket is all it is at the end of the day. That's all religion is. It's a comfort. And I get it.
But it's a comfort
We've all had morality.
Used to kill other people and enforce.
Yeah, somewhere along the line it went wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably very quickly after people got in charge of it. As soon as it went from wherever it was originally, whether it was something aliens coming down.
Well, yeah, it would have been something
just pure bullshit out of nowhere, or hallucinogenics.
Something would have happened, and that would have been a spiritual thing, and loads of people would have been part of it, and then someone would have started using that as a reason to take other people down.
Then it gets to the point of power.
Yeah.
As soon as it's power.
It's like, oh well, you don't believe what.
And the Vatican's just evil all the way along. Apart from now, obviously.
You know the Vatican as well, like popes used to be able to marry.
Really?
Yeah, popes used to be able to marry, and it wasn't even that long ago in the grand scheme of things.
Which pope decided they're not...
It wasn't the pope, it was the church, because the church were like, these popes are getting a lot of money by the time they die, and then they're handing it off to their families.
Oh, we can't be having that.
So we can't be having that. So instead, you can't get married anymore. You have to be celibate.
Could have just put it in their thing that all the money, like half has to go to thing, half has to go to them.
No.
Let them have the wife and the poo-tang.
No. They want all the money, Carl.
All of it.
The money.
But then put that in, they don't get shit.
This is the Catholic Church. They want all the money or you die.
Okay. Well, no, they want all the money, then you die.
Yeah.
But you just go into the magical place and you're just basically putting a deposit down.
You're putting a deposit down on a thing that you've never seen before.
Right, that's Scientology.
Yeah.
Scientology,
Scientology literally makes you put a deposit down.
Yeah. You have to pay to get to the new levels to figure all this stuff, and then only once you pay a certain amount can you learn the top thing.
How amazing that!
And the top thing you learn is how much you put into it, and at that point you need to carry on peddling it because it's like a pyramid scheme. That's what you learn in the end.
That's what you learn.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is in deep.
Yeah. Although apparently he gets whatever he wants. Whenever he's in like a Scientology place, they treat him like...
Oh yeah, of course, like a prophet at this point probably. Yeah.
And they just give him anything, anytime.
It's for all the money in.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like there's so many ones that you don't realise are Scientologists. Mm-hmm. Well, is there any religion as well where they're trying to make the South sound like a scientist?
Yeah.
That makes sense actually thinking about it. Scientology, yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, they're trying. It's L. Ron Hubbard as well.
Yeah, it's just such a bullshit. Most people have no idea what they believe in. I know bits and bobs, and the bits and bobs I know is just ridiculous. Oh my god!
Yeah,
like, it sounded more like a synopsis for Star Trek.
Yeah, I mean the South Park depiction of it is pretty accurate, 100% accurate, realistically.
I can't remember. I think that might be what's in my head.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing it like a South Park.
Yeah. And it's like, dropping them in the volcanoes and shit, and like then those spirits turned around and they...
Was it popping up a lot saying this is what they actually believe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone who doesn't know, like, have a look for that on YouTube. It's got to be up
and
there.
Like, oh, that was really rude because you told people what we believe, and you're not supposed to do that because in our religion you're not supposed to tell people what we believe, and it's like, well, that's your religion, so... Whoop-de-doo.
And a lot of it hasn't come out though, because
it's that same thing of like, oh, you can't have an abortion because I don't believe in abortions. What?
Yeah.
What?
Well, that is all religions.
Yeah.
That's not just psychology. I don't mean whether they're pro or anti. I mean the whole idea of this is our rule.
Yeah.
If you want to get into our version of heaven, and ours is definitely the correct one, not all these other ones, we've definitely got the correct one. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Then you have to follow our rules.
Follow them to the T.
And you have to make other people follow our rules as well.
Yeah.
When they don't want to, because otherwise you'd be bad.
Because how else are we going to grow this cult religion?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God.
That's how they get you. God, see?
Yeah.
We don't even...
Every time.
I was about to say we don't even believe, but I believe to a degree. Not in a god, but in a thing.
Yeah.
What that thing is, I don't know. You know what it's definitely not? It's not Putin.
No. Putin is not God.
Putin. That we can definitely be sure of.
Sure of.
We can say it here. You heard it here first for sure, without a doubt.
Not God.
Putin, from KD, from Nathan, not God.
Not God.
Not God.
Not God.
Jesus, maybe. And God had a lot of
That's been the
sons.
secret the entire time. Vladimir Putin has been the second coming of Christ.
God had a lot of sons. A lot of people he wasn't that into as well around him. A lot of, rapscallions.
Yeah.
One of them may have fell at one point.
Yeah.
Maybe Putin's gone the same way. Maybe he's Satan's offspring. Who knows? He's got a chubby face now, though. I know
He
that.
does have a chubby face.
He's been taking too many steroids.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He's been pumping it in the gym. He's like, I
fine.
cannot do it as much as I used to. I must take steroids so I can lift a horse.
That's nowhere near like Russian.
In Russia, we lift horse.
In Russia, it's more like.
In Russia, we lift horse, and we throw horse into electric cables to cook it.
I throw horse on the back. I carry horse all the way up to mountain top, drop off horse, climb back down.
And then get attacked by Ukrainian drone. Because we badly underestimated their capabilities.
Yeah.
And how much the Western
Pig dogs.
despicable world wanted to help them.
Yeah.
Everything looks like a globe, and I find it kind of weird that they always refer to like America now as the West and all that. But if you go like the other way, it's not that far. Like
No,
it's like the same kind of thing. It's
That's
like,
one of the problems though. Is like Russia is pretty fucking close to
oh,
America.
you want to talk about some fear mongering? Like an hour before I went on the podcast, I saw a thing in the Sun saying a rocket put into this silo of a launcher that can hit, like the UK and America, not or I guess not at the same time. That could be possible.
Impressive.
I say that they probably got more than one of them.
Yeah, they probably do.
Take that back. Yeah. How many countries are there? Something like 83 or something. They've probably got 82.
Yeah. At some point,
Because they don't need to blow up themselves.
At some point, I'm gonna have to do a thing on theoretical weapons that are more deadly than nuclear weapons, because there are some out there.
Oh yeah, I can imagine them.
There's one in particular that springs to mind. It's
The
like-
brown noise.
No, it's
That's the deadly weapon.
Yeah, it is. No, it's a satellite platform, right? And basically it stands in like geosynchronous orbit, so it's sort of always above the Earth.
I know what that means.
Or is it geosynchronous, or is it? No, it's not geosynchronous. It's the one where it circles the one instead. Geosynchronous is basically wherever it sits on the Earth.
Yeah.
It follows round. So if it's over America, it always stays.
It's always
America.
over.
Geosynchronous.
It moves. It makes sense. It moves with it.
Yeah.
Synchronised to its.
To the
Yeah, it doesn't sound like geo because it should be like
synchronised to the geography. That's it.
I suppose if you look at it from the point of I guess we're humans. We look at it from our point of view, not from the point of view of the cosmos. As Neil deGrasse Tyson will tell you, as he thinks about things all together,
Tiny
many
little
things together in his ball.
We go forward.
Through time. But never seen aliens.
No.
I think he's gone back on that again. I don't know. That man is just full of so much shit as well. I love listening to him, but he's also full of so much shit.
Sound, but
Well, yeah, he's a good science man.
But his lack of imagination shines.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, definitely. Although I have to say, Theo Von's been growing on me a lot lately.
Oh, I love Theo Von.
I'm a big fan of him now.
Yeah.
And listening to his podcast, him and Neil deGrasse Tyson together. It was just such a fucking meeting of
two completely
different worlds. You couldn't get more separate and
It's
fucking.
Like, we have black holes and they suck things into them, okay, and that creates a different kind of radiation which is called Hawking radiation. And he goes, that's cool, man. I had a guy at school when I was young called Hawking. And he took his finger off.
I get it a lot more. I never used to get Theo Von as much. I get him a lot more now. I get it. I like it. And anyone that gets himself away from Brendan's shop, you gotta respect them pulling themselves away from the situation. Yeah. Although your boy got put into it, or took himself into it happily for some reason. I thought mate Eric Griffin.
Oh, Eric Griffin.
He's your boy, obviously. I guess Crystalia done, yeah, maybe.
Did Crystalia go into it though?
I actually kind of like. No, but there's a new one now, and it's the golden hour. It's the golden hour. I really like the intro. Yeah. Oh, people taking the mick out of it. I'm like, that's good. I like the intro, man. I like Crystalia.
Yeah.
I like Eric Griffin. He's alright. He's good on the podcast. Still think Brendan's shop. He's just not funny. He's also looks like he's either. Oh, he's on a lot of steroids, so they would talk about him, and I like Brian Callen. He's kind of ruined Brian Callen a bit for me too. Although Brian Callen actually ruined like Brian Callen, actually, to be fair, with like the whole Bobby Lee thing. That was weird.
Yeah, and there was also other stuff as well. Like there's a bit on one of the Joe Rogans that I saw on YouTube recently, just a clip, where there's Brian Callen going, I got this reputation when I was at school, right, where if ever you came up to me and mess with me, I come to your house and I fucking kill you. And then Joe Rogan just goes, that's just not true.
Yeah. You've been around too many people to let you say that kind of bullshit.
Shit like that.
There's so many little.
That's a good Brian Callen though, isn't it?
Yeah. I do enjoy like watching some of the YouTube, like when people make the little like videos about what's going on in the YouTube world, especially with the comedy podcast world, because it's just basically the comedy world that is.
Yeah.
Like it's the where you always, I don't even know strive to be is the right way to put it. I don't know if I strive to be in that situation with that. I'd like the idea of like the whole podcast thing in and out and all that doesn't have to be in America. Open to it being in America again. I'm open to it.
My ultimate goal is to be an American comedian.
I don't think you'll ever be able to do that because you're always going to be English.
No, I mean like to live in America, to do comedy in America. You know.
I don't know if I'd want to say I'd want to live in America. I'd like to go over there for long periods of time.
No, I'd like to live there as well. I'd like to have.
I've got somewhere to stay. Even better.
To have somewhere in America and somewhere in the UK. Definitely.
There you go.
Well, I'd like to be mainly based in America.
I want to go down and do.
American comedy is my kind of thing. It's where I'd like to be.
I think it's my kind of thing as well. Yeah, I could see it being fun over there and it going well. Like, yeah.
Doing 2 minutes of comedy in New York was one of the best things I've ever done in my entire life.
And like most like early experiences, you only get the last couple of minutes anyway.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Which is ironically not something that will ever be said at the end of those 2 minutes.
No. Unless they're really nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And
if they're really
at that point, you don't know any different either. Yeah. If they're really bad, they can scar you for life and make you cry the first time, which means every time you do it again, you'll cry yourself to sleep afterwards. So you have to go at it over and over and over like an endless slag, just trying to fuck yourself into happiness. What?
Oh dear. Oh man.
One thing though, I originally bought a Putin after all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Or before all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Mr. Putin, man, though.
The Poots.
Did you hear about the deal? Did you hear about the little deal he made with Americana?
No.
No, see the little deal he made?
No.
The little, like, you know, covert, car, people get out, swap over the people, cars drive off again. Do you remember that American basketball lady that got arrested over there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they traded her out. Her and a spy thing. Did you see who for?
For a fucking, like, massive weapons
and one. Have you ever seen the Nicolas Cage film, Lord of War?
It's him, yeah.
It's him. Like, that whole guy, that
we
guy.
were talking about him on one of the fucking Kill Them With comedies.
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember being surprised to learn that he was still alive, like, at that point, or whenever that was, yeah.
Yeah. And what did we get? A basketball player.
And a spy. But I think it was flagrant. I was into earlier. Like, they pointed it out. Like, are we not in? No, it's America, but we're the same here. Are we not just at the point now where we're giving in, like, possible security, national security weaknesses, or giving them a leg up with something they could do? Because a desperate Russia with a guy who's got ties to getting all kinds of weapons and stuff, Like, it shows the desperation, because I don't think it would actually help enough. But I don't know, apparently from the levels this guy's been doing, maybe.
He can get his hands on weapons that are cheap quickly. And usually it'll be American weapons. Like, that's the thing they do in God of War, in Lord of War.
Great film. Great film.
He goes like, they sell guns by the pound, because the Americans leave the shit there when they leave a country.
Yeah.
And they've just left.
Not just Americans, it happens all over. But they weren't all around doing it.
Yeah, no, but where have they just left en masse? Afghanistan. Where
Oh,
did
yeah,
this
yeah,
guy
yeah.
sell loads of fucking guns?
Definitely.
Afghanistan. This guy's going to be able to get his hands on so many fucking guns, so cheap, so quickly.
He only cares about the money, but I was about to call them the Allies then, because it just feels like a World War.
It feels like it,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
the Allies.
We're definitely in the
I'm
Cold
gonna
War
buy.
stage of the fucking war.
We're just in the cold, full stuff right now.
Let's see if they put it in the microwave.
Fucking Britain -6, colder than Ukraine.
Yeah.
We ain't got no heating in this place at the moment because stuff's a bit broken. So, Ukraine, you think you got it bad? Don't think I should carry on with that. But what's my so they traded them for that. I mean, it doesn't seem like a good trade.
No, it's not a good trade.
No.
Not a good trade.
I mean, she shouldn't have been there, but she did do something she wasn't supposed to do, and she knew she wasn't supposed to do. And it wasn't the first time there. I didn't realise that she goes. It's like a big thing over in like Russia that like a lot of female women basketballers go over there. Female women basketballers.
Female women basketball.
Did you know, in the actual NBA, women players have always been legal. They've always been allowed to be in it.
Really?
Yeah. It's a debate that's ongoing at the moment between all men athletes are just kind of better than women athletes, not in a dicky way. It's just kind of how evolution works in regards to body.
Got more muscle.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Serena Williams saying it was the one that pointed it out. Like, she agreed with something that John McEnroe said, or someone who got in trouble for it. And she agreed. Like, she was like, no. If I played, like, I'm number one now.
Nadal, I'd get my ass kicked.
Well, she said if I played the number 200, seated now, then he'd beat me in 15, 20 if I was having a good day.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't be a contest. It was different speeds, a different sport.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like...
Real athletes get it.
The thing is as well, women are stronger by pound for pound. That's the interesting thing. Pound for pound, per amount of muscle, women are stronger.
That's interesting.
Right. That's why when you see women doing squats and stuff, loads of women do huge amounts of fucking squats.
That's true, yeah.
Right, with loads of weight, but they don't get like muscly. They just get sort of, toned and stuff like that because they're muscle.
So before I forget, good tip for any girls that are doing squats and wanting to get that ass a bit better. Apparently, if you tense that ass at the end of it before you fully let go of it, that's where the real definition of the shape the butt comes from.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Continue, my friend.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, it is genuinely like they have a stronger density of muscle fibre per pound of muscle. Yeah. But men have a lot more muscle.
Yeah,
just genetically.
Power that shit in there.
We've not gone and sort of worked it out by getting better muscle.
Just ploughed it
just
in.
Fucking we've just gone and put all of our fucking points into strength.
Au natural steroids.
Yeah, we've min-maxed life and we've put all of our points into strength. We're not interested in anything else.
Yeah. With the slow sugar of whatever games. I haven't played a game like that for so long, but the slow sugar ones.
Yeah.
Too much Assassin's Creed lately for me.
Yeah,
I need to get a new game.
I've recently, because I completed Days Gone. I've not been sure what.
Great game though, innit?
Fucking great.
Great game, told ya.
It's so hard at the start though.
Yeah. Anyone
like,
ever played Days Gone? Play that.
It's really hard to enjoy that game at the start of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is just like you're so underpowered, everything can kill you. You feel like you're weak as shit.
Yeah, it's one of them games that gets easier as you go because it's the same level the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah. And then by the time you get to the end of it, though, you're ploughing through. Like I played it on the hardest difficulty setting.
Oof.
Right.
At the beginning as well.
Yeah, and the thing is though, it was so good because you can't use any of the like.
It did feel like a swarm though, like in the sense of at the beginning through most of it, you could not fight them.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is as well, like as I say, that you have like the hunter vision and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where you can't use that in the hardest difficulty. It doesn't work. So you have to literally look around, sneak around, look for traps.
Yeah.
I got caught in traps so many fucking times in that game.
That kind of stuff sometimes ruins the game for me a bit though.
It does in a lot of ways, but once you sort of start looking for it, it's not so bad and it happens less.
I don't like getting stuck looking for things in games. It bothers me. It bothers me in life when I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, that's the thing.
Waiting around, figuring little bits.
I don't bother about getting all the collectibles, but when it came to like finding the entrances to the bunkers, if I couldn't find it after a minute, I just fucking googled it. I'm not fucking about. I'm not interested in that shit. Just point it out to me. I've completed the outpost. Just tell me where to go.
I especially like games that allow you to change the difficulty mid-game. Yeah. They're the best ones. Because then I always find myself upping it after a bit.
Yeah.
Like,
once I've got used to the game and how it plays.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is why everyone should offer that.
Yeah. I think the thing is, what I'm really waiting for is Dark Tide. Because I've got my Xbox.
They're like another Dark Souls or something.
No,
it sounds like.
Do you ever play
Fantasy.
Vermintide?
No, that was one that got me to download.
Yeah, it's a Warhammer.
That's it. I told you. I knew it was some kind of fantasy.
And you fight
orcs.
You fight
There's some
chaos and things like that. It is legitimately brilliant because you fight swarms of these like rats and like warriors and things like that.
Oh, it's those rat men things.
It's fucking. It's so good, man.
What's going on with this world? Like, why is a rat man? How did evolution do that?
Oh, it didn't. It's weird like backstory is to do with.
Is it like a Rocky Raccoon type situation?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but with something called warpstone, which sort of mutated them into becoming.
So there's always a stone in there too. They had me a bit like some kind of ray or something. I was like, okay.
Warpstone is literally a chunk of stone come from the warp, and the warp is where all like magic comes from in that universe.
The magic, it was all saying it's scientific, and then you throw magic in there.
Yeah, but that's doing fantasy.
That's what I'm saying. That's where they lose me.
40k is a lot more interesting, and that is where Darktide comes in, because everything Vermintide did. Darktide does in the 40k universe.
Everything Vermintide. Darktide does in the 40k universe.
So you can play as a zealot, which is like a preacher who can use flamethrowers and shit.
Okay.
And screams around carrying like a giant chainsaw.
Off the back, I didn't realise.
With a giant chainsaw, which is literally a chainsaw that is a sword.
How the funk did they come up with the names?
You can play as a sharpshooter, in which case you can use a bolter, which is one of the classic things from Warhammer 40k, which is like essentially.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't know what was going on, and I couldn't see from this angle.
I'm gonna move it forward again because
it was in like it was in like the perfect angle, and I couldn't see what was going on.
There we go.
There's fuck all white to that. That's the thing. It's mainly from this, but I didn't expect that.
Yeah, a bolter, which is like the main thing in the Warhammer universe. It's like a semi-automatic cannon.
I'm scared of this now.
There's a plasma gun, which you can use. It's all fucking awesome. Or you can play as an ogrin. That's where it comes in interesting, which is a giant human ogre-looking thing, which just walks through all the enemies and fires a giant automatic shotgun.
Pickle me interested?
Exactly.
That's a lie. I'm not in the slightest. That's such a lie. That was the biggest lie I've told on this show.
But genuinely though. It's just you go down onto like sci-fi dark environments, you kill a load of gribbly looking fuckers together as a team, you come out the other side and you feel happy.
It just sounds like another version of Stephen King's It.
It's not really that. It's more like
it's not really that. Okay, where's that definition there?
It's Left 4 Dead,
right?
But with like a sci-fi vibe to it.
I'm not gonna lie. I listened to the description of the game. I listened to about 40% of what he said. I tried, which is why it wasn't like 25. I tried. for some of the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, it's this. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm about. It said plasma. I recognise that.
Yeah.
And I went out a little bit again. Then you was talking about the things. I was like, ugh.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah, man. That's how I describe that. It's cool. It's tepid. It's lukewarm. It's that level where you have a proper cool to the touch.
No one describes something good as lukewarm.
I'm being a thesaurus for you.
Isn't good when it's lukewarm.
Better than cold. That means you just come in from the snow. Or from a Ukrainian winter, which is warmer than Birmingham.
That's really pissed you off, hasn't it?
Well, that pissed me off, but I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we're throwing out the money there, for some of the money for the gas over here, you know. You know, I mean, not saying that it's your fault, you know, and we're helping your country, but, you know, I don't want to say that, but, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to know a little bit of my topic that I've got for you?
Go on.
Okay. I've got more things to get to as well, little topics here, but my actual little topic that I've got is short. Where did I put it actually? I forgot that we was doing this. I know I saved it somewhere. Hold on, let me have a look, see. It's here somewhere. I better have saved it anyway. Yeah, I did. Look, here we go. Okay. For example, what are you looking at, mother trucker? You keep your eyes over there.
Okay.
Okay.
You know you can't see the screen to move it, right?
Oh, wait, is it? Oh, I was thinking why it's not loaded up. It's okay, you can see the thing in that. It's like just the idea of clean energy in that base. I was watching an a little like video thing. This one thing I watched, the Y-Files. So I got some of the topics I brought up on this before, and they were going through what was it, ARVs, alien reproduction vehicles.
Okay.
I'm guessing the reproduction was they reproduced it from older ones. I think it's like them making their own versions of like UFOs and shit, basically.
Right.
Like UAVs, whatever you want to call them. And it was all about that, but mainly about the energy they use and the clean energy capabilities from it in the end.
Yeah.
And it was at the end where, like, for the last like 5 minutes or so of like a 20-minute video, he gives you all the full-on facts.
Yeah.
Like all the exact truth of the bit, you know, because it's all the stories before that, isn't it? Most channels don't give you the actual facts at the end. He does, which is what I like. But then the one thing he got into, like he mentioned, there has been people, because one thing I didn't understand with this was if all these technology was given by these people or whatever, or they figured it out from these machines and that, and clean energy is quite simple to do. Not simple, but once you know how to do it is, but it's something that isn't impossible to get to the point that there's been plenty of people that have figured it out since on their own in different ways or different versions of purely clean energy, that kind of thing. This is about, the thing that got me was about what has happened to a lot of these people after they come up with these things, and just how many of them there are as well.
Yeah.
He just glossed past, he just went through all the long list of these people and what happens to them, which we'll get to in a second. But there's so many.
Yeah.
It just doesn't stop. So this is all the people that have developed something to do with clean energy, and then what happened to them? What? I mean, you can probably guess. Wasn't good.
No.
Wasn't good.
I got that vibe.
Yeah. A lot of this comes from some director guy as well. They got a lot of the info together. There's a documentary you can watch.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 1, as described on this list, no idea if they're in order. Stefan Marinov, leader of European.
What's a Puyin?
I don't know. I mean, that's definitely what it is, though. It wasn't. I didn't just missay it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But he is the leader
Sorry,
of the.
I had to be a dick.
No. That's what it is.
It's okay,
Yeah.
See, where am I going with
The
that?
leader of the European free energy movement. In 1997, he had made some tremendous advances in the science. However, before he could develop his first prototypes, he made a prototype for a free energy engine.
Yeah.
clean energy engine, sorry.
Is this the one that ran on water?
No,
Oh, okay.
he comes up. This dude, however, just before he could develop his first prototype, fell out a window and died.
Just fell out a window.
But well out.
You know how easy it is to fall out windows?
Totally.
I always fall out
windows. I always fall out of things that are vertical.
Yeah, you know me. Oh,
and
mate.
it's not
I lean to the left, I'm out of a fucking window.
Yeah.
I don't even realise it.
I mean, it's not like he would have any idea of how physics works, being a scientist.
No.
Being any kind of physicist involved in free energy.
What I find funny as well is he didn't kill himself. No, he accidentally fell out of a window.
Well, it doesn't say. Well, yeah, it says fell out a window, so you know he didn't jump out the window. He didn't escape the window.
That's not even committing to your lie.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna frame it for a suicide. He just fell out a window, didn't he? He fell
What
out
I
a
don't
window.
tell you, it was the first story window, and he just fell really awkwardly. Not first story ground. Yeah. Tripped on a bamboo bush.
Oh.
Sliced his throat open.
That'll do it.
That will do it. John Mullen, nuclear physicist. John Mullen worked for McDonnell Douglas, one of the largest military contractors in the world. In 2004, upon making advances in the clean energy field once more, he suddenly died of arsenic poisoning.
Suddenly died of arsenic poisoning.
His wife was a suspect, the only one, until she was found to have also died from arsenic poisoning.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Rather than look for another suspect, they were like, well, that was the only suspect for the other one. I guess, case closed? Case closed!
Christ.
And there was never a trial. So all of his research never made public.
What the fuck?
Dmitry Petronov.
Yeah.
Dmitry invented a plasma battery that powered his home for 14 months. In 2010, he went to a bakery and was never heard from again.
What? Just went to a... Oh, that's Russia for you. I mean, it's like... They're not even committing that hard.
I don't even think he was Russian. Oh. I don't know if he was, but this wasn't in Russia anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I just heard about Dmitry Petronov. I was like, that's...
Remember the picture? he looked Japanese. I remember that picture. It's weird, yeah.
I mean, but yeah...
I thought it was all Eastern Asia, though.
That's not committing... That's committing even less. You know, it's not like, oh, he didn't fall out of a window. No, he just... he went to the bakery and no one saw him.
He went to get some baked croissants.
Yeah.
Because he was missing the homeland of Russia, which is famous for its French pastries.
Yeah.
Famous for it.
Yeah. They're all into that shit.
And
Putin's just shoving his face full of pain au chocolat.
Yeah. When he's not sucking on the balaclavas. Or the baklava, sorry.
Balaclava.
Yeah, balaclava.
While wearing a balaclava.
Well, he does that all the time, anyway. It's normally a gimp mask.
Yeah, he likes it.
Yeah, he's naked while he eats them.
Yeah.
Apart from the gimp mask.
And then he has himself lick it off, a clone of himself.
But yeah, obviously, who else is good enough to lick the body of the Fuhrer?
Exactly.
The Fuhrer Modern 2.7.
That'd be funny if that was what it was. He was just literally like a face-lifted Hitler.
Or a clone of Hitler.
Yeah, or a clone of Hitler.
Yeah. And now they need to get another clone. So, like, who can we take over? They need to take, like, a proper dictator to make sure he's got the mental stones to do what needs to be done, you know. But the rest of it, the mind can take over. But they haven't got those mental stones there. They can't have, like, weak-ass dictator, you know. They got to make sure to get the worst of the worst for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're looking at the moment, who would be... I swear there was one in like one of the African places I heard of not too long ago that was a bad man. He's a bad dude. We'll go with him.
There's what's his face from Brazil.
Yeah, what? Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good one straight away.
What's his face from Brazil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One down the road.
Yeah.
One down the road.
It's something like Batista, but it's not quite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Drax the Destroyer, it must be.
Yeah. I still haven't seen the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
Anyone that went onto it and expected anything different, I don't know what to tell you.
Did you hear the news about fucking Henry Cavill?
Which news?
So, like, DC were like...
Just before I forget as well, though, Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't even fit into its own timeline because Groot is older than he is in the next film.
No.
Yeah. Carry on.
Henry Cavill...
Henry Cavill didn't get a mustache again, did he?
No, he came onto like Instagram and all that kind of stuff saying like, Warner Brothers have announced that I'm going to be finally back as the Man of Steel. I'm going to be doing Man of Steel 2. Finally, it's happening. It's going to be awesome. And everyone was like, "Fuck yes, awesome!" Everyone likes it. The people who really like those movies. I was like,
Man of Steel was the first Superman film I ever enjoyed, which doesn't surprise me why I later find out that it was not a Superman film, basically.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah,
Well, I enjoyed it.
The thing is, they had it set up for the fact that he'd already fought like really dangerous threats by this point.
Yeah.
He could fight something really hardcore and cool, right?
He was also a dumbass as well. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, so I was really looking forward to it, and he's also a great actor for the part.
Henry Cavill is
he's fucking great as Superman.
That incarnation of Superman is a dumbass. I mean, not Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill was great.
But that's the thing, right? Everyone kind of likes Henry Cavill in that role. So what does James Gunn do as soon as he comes in? Cancels Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
So like Henry Cavill's gone out there and said, yeah, Warner Brothers are going to use me. They're going to do Man of Steel 2, and then James Gunn comes in and goes like, no, we're not. And now he's going to do his own Superman story, where he's reporting at the Daily fucking Planet or the Planet.
I have faith in James Gunn. I'm sure it might be not Man of Steel 2, but I'm sure it'll be Superman versus Black Adam.
Why not just fucking you? No, because they're cancelling Black Adam as well.
Yeah, it wasn't very good, to be fair.
It was alright.
It was alright.
You know.
It was.
It's better than a lot of the other fucking DC shit.
Yeah. It's not much of a tempo. It's better than all these other shit films you made.
Yeah, but they did make some good ones. Aquaman is still...
Aquaman's good.
I liked Aquaman.
There's exceptions to everything.
Aquaman's a fun, ridiculous action movie, which is fun.
But the one that they changed to the point of not resembling the comics at all. Yeah, that one was good. Yeah.
But the thing is, it is also fucking ridiculous, and it made me laugh out loud on multiple occasions, because I've said this before, on no less than 5 occasions during that movie, people are having a conversation about something, and then the wall behind them explodes, an action scene. Literally 5 times. You cannot do that 5 times in a movie.
You can.
It seems like a dare. How many times can they force this in without someone noticing? 5 times.
No, I mean, how long was the film?
It's like 2 hours, 2 and a bit hours, but 5 times.
Yeah.
When someone's just having a conversation and then an explosion happens. There's other ways to transition from conversation to an action scene other than the wall behind them explodes.
But are there better ways than the wall? I mean, that's a good way.
It's a good way, but you don't.
If you've got a wall,
5 times.
If you've got a wall and you've got super beings around, that wall needs to be smashed.
By the 4th time, I did literally laugh out loud in the cinema, and no one else had caught on to it, so I seemed like a weirdo. But 5 times in total. Jesus Christ!
I bet there was one that you missed as well.
Probably.
I bet it was you weren't even paying attention. The first one
genuinely seemed like a dare by the writers to see if they could get away with it. It genuinely did.
I haven't watched many films for a while again. I'll tell you what I have watched though recently. The new Wednesday Netflix series.
I've only seen 2 episodes of that.
It's fucking great, man, isn't it? Though what you've seen
so far, it's pretty good. Although
keep on it.
I'm still going through American Horror Story, and we're 8 episodes into Apocalypse now, which is season 8.
Yeah, from what I remember, the next 2 aren't much to.
Yeah, but I've started so often.
Yeah. That's how most babies were made. If I must. Oh, pish posh just.
Yeah.
I'll start it all my life for this, darling. That's how I imagine posh people in Britain back in the day.
That's how they banged.
Yeah.
I quite like the Family Guy version of it. Almost.
Yeah.
There we are.
Oh, yeah. It's funny how so many of America think we're that. It's quite nice, I suppose, they have this idea of us being posh. I mean, that's not what anywhere else thinks of us.
Yeah.
There's hooligans that have too much money that the government don't use, and then hence the hooligans.
Yeah. Fucking hooligan.
Fucking government.
I fucking hate
Oh my god.
But
Oh my god. The whole NHS. Anyone who isn't in. I was about to say anyone who isn't in England right now. People over there, once again, Ukraine, you think you have it hard.
Yeah.
we've got a strike going on by NHS. We've got slightly damaged services for a few days. I think they got it hard.
I have to drive, right, at like 10 miles per hour down my road because there's not grit on it to the main road. Have some fucking respect, Ukraine.
I mean, I can't even see this. What am I on about? It's probably not even electricity at the moment with all the bombings, but you know. Get your, you know, just get it in order a bit.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
just get
it in order a bit.
in order,
Yeah. Here's what happens when you give control of a government to a comedian. Joke. I joke.
No, genuinely.
But genuinely,
it's
it's a bit true as well.
No, it's okay. We're all fine. We're on your side. Let's just make that clear. But also, it's cold out here. You motherfuckers need to pay.
Whose side? I'm not even sure what the sides are right now. We gotta wait for the roster call to come up.
The roster call.
Yeah. I'm sure that's how it happened for the first two world wars.
Yeah.
They had at one point a roster call, the Allies and the baddies.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call them.
Who's on whose side?
Yeah.
Come on.
You're blue. You're definitely red.
What if all wars started like fucking PE class where people picked the
exactly,
team?
Well, I imagine it did. How did it not?
Hitler's like, I want that one over there, the one with the big muscles.
That's Austria, they're very small. I want it! Nice catch. My jiggles. My jiggles.
That's gaming reflexes right there.
See, the beautiful thing about that is, the people on video saw that and like, my God, he's a G. The people on audio have no idea what happened because of the G move. Yeah, baby. That's like some mind meta shit right there.
Yeah. Smooth as fuck.
That was a lot smoother than Elon Musk at the weekend.
Oh my God.
That was
the guy has literally tanked Twitter entirely, like single-handedly.
The guy just managed to tank a tank.
It's all about free speech, and then people did free speech at him, and he was like, I don't like it.
I don't know how he expected any different. I mean, how Dave Chappelle expected any different too. It shows how, let's be honest now, it shows how out of touch Dave Chappelle must have been now that he thought a good idea on a comedy show is to bring out the richest man in the world. Yeah. That's how with the people I am still, Dave Chappelle. I'm here chilling with the richest man in the world, whose name we know anyway.
Yeah.
He's probably richer.
Yeah, probably.
But he's like one of the richest men in the world, without a doubt.
I mean, he can't be the richest man in the world because he gave away a lot of his money buying Twitter.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't a big. That was only 44 billion. That wasn't a huge thing for him.
He could have just bought it and let things be for a little bit, tweaked it here and there,
changed
some of the rules and kept
everything.
That's
not the Elon Musk way.
No, he comes in
Grab
and fucks it up.
Shake it up. Shake it up. He's a baby shaker, he is. He's one of them. Elon Musk is a baby shaker.
Yeah.
You want to check out his child, seed, clickle, squaggle?
He's got some fucking weird child names.
Yeah, man. It's like literally symbols and shit.
Yeah, I don't know why people do this.
How's he going to tie that on his work, on the inevitable mind keyboard we have for the time? Yeah. Well, it's Tesla, you know, they've probably already got that shit.
Yeah.
I get very mean when I'm tired.
I mean, it's been a long time that you've been awake at this point. Let's be honest. We're approaching about 6 hours when you woke up, like 48
what? Whoa, no.
In 6 hours. Sorry, in 6 hours it will be 48 hours since you woke up. Because you said it was 5 a.m.
Yeah? No. It was 5 p.m. Not yesterday, the day before. So it was 24 hours. No, wait. No. Hold on.
6 hours.
Oh God, no. I woke up yesterday at 5 p.m. Yesterday at 5 p.m. Yeah. I woke up. Yeah, so I'm like
30 hours ish, is it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. That's nothing.
That ain't shit.
Where I come from, that's just a warm up. That's a precursor to a good night. That is. These guys were. Wait, well, no, I hadn't finished doing the Elon thing. He got booed. Yeah. First of all, Dave Chappelle before was like, okay, I brought up really good comedians that worked. And then the next time he did a big show, he was like, okay, I had Kevin Hart, and he brought up a goat. That was great. That worked really well. I'm going to do this show now. I'm going to go there and I'm going to bring out D-Goes. I know, fucked up. Elon Musk is not being liked. Why? Apparently where they were as well. Like, he made a joke right away at the beginning about some of your might have got fired or something. Apparently, it was in the place where Twitter was like headquartered in Silicon Valley and that. Literally, so it's huge, stadium, people or whatever, arena, whatever it is. Literally, there could have been quite a few people there that actually lost their job.
Yeah.
Because he fired everyone, didn't he?
Yeah. Genuinely, yeah, you're right.
But so where the logic came from for that?
I don't know. It's.
Or maybe it's just straight up doesn't give a fuck, Dave Chappelle stuff.
I think he probably doesn't in some ways, but I think the thing is, like, there's people out there who are idealists when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I don't think idealism is ever a good idea.
Not the worst, unless I probably got a different idea of what that means. So I think I'll let you finish.
Idealism is, like thinking that everything can be perfect and thinking that you can have like a very solid, like rigid way of looking at the world, and you don't need to.
I had an ex-lady partner like that.
And it's like everything will be perfect if you just follow this shit.
Yeah, I had to do everything exactly her way. She couldn't take any other way of taking things her way. And yeah, I've been there. It's always the other person's fault though. It's never the, what is it called, idealistic.
Yeah.
It's never the idealistic person.
No.
And when you tell them that...
When you tell them this is not reality, you've got to do this.
No. You don't want no truth bomb.
Yeah.
You want a yes man.
Yeah.
Yes man.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean that's part of the problem with everything at the moment, especially the like governmental shit. Is like it's just full of fucking yes men who just want to do shit for themselves.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just selfishness coming about. I was even saying this with the NHS strikes. You can see the human nature to be selfish coming in as well, though, because with the NHS strikes, like one of the main things, or the main thing, should have been the budget for me. But they're focusing on making sure all the stuff's there, so they got all the stuff to do their job properly, and also enough people, everything needed.
Yeah.
And then the wage as well. It's important too. They need a pay rise too. But yeah, it just surprised me that was the only thing they were focusing on, was the pay rise, though, none of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So they've just kind of wiped that. That was surprising to learn that.
Was that on the news?
I checked a few different things to try and figure out what the actual message was. What they're doing it for, and it's just wages.
Yeah.
Which I was a bit like, okay, so maybe, I get it, you want the more money for doing what you do, but it's not a bad wage either, though. Like I said, I had a look at this, and it's like, it's fucking good money. Better money than I thought, to be honest, man.
It's fucking hard work.
It is hard work, but that's good money.
They work like long hours as well.
And they get paid overtime too, though, and on social hours too. They do get all the things too.
Yeah, but not... Still...
I mean, when it comes to...
Don't get me wrong, like it's a reasonable wage, but the thing is, like...
That's only with one of the offers.
Overstretched at the moment, that's where the problem comes in. It's
that's
like
what I'm saying, bringing the people in. That's why they should focus on the budget, bringing people in.
Yeah,
if they ain't got enough in England.
They also need to make sure that when those extra people come in, that they're getting a decent wage as well.
Well, exactly. If you have more people in, then... Because they want, like... I keep hearing the 20% number thrown about, but to be honest, from what I've seen... Technically, it's 20%, but it's 20% if you compare it to inflation over like 20 years or something. Yeah, it's not 20%, but the news keep throwing that number out until I looked at it and figured out what it actually meant. Yeah. So it's like, oh, you're trying to make this sound worse than it is. So they want a 20% pay rise. So they don't want 20%. Yeah, they don't want 20% of the money they're getting now, an extra 1/5 of that added on. That's not what they're asking for. No. That would be a bit much.
You're talking as an adjustment to inflation.
And the bump too, but it always should have been bumped.
But the bump comes after the inflation, and the inflation
is
the vast majority of it. Which is true for everyone.
To be fair, whatever they're asking for, though, it must be like quite a bit more than the... Because like I said, as soon as you get out of uni and stuff now, wherever it is, the last training, so you can then go into hospital and be a nurse at the first level, you'll go on... At the moment, it's like 27,000, I think it is. It's like your first level kind of thing, which is good.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible at all. It's good. To be fair, I've never been on anything near that wage, but I haven't gone through a full load of training to get to anything like that, so it's different. You should get a good main for it. For the job anyway, you should get a good main for it. But then upping that as well to 31 for the base level, and then from there you're going on to get them to people that are like... management roles who are in like 56 and all that kind of stuff, and like going up to like 70s and shit.
Yeah.
Like there's good progression too. There's just less people and there's more progression opportunities too, in a sense. But you know what I'm saying though, it's like it started off with all the good stuff, I imagine, but then somewhere along the line, like the budget stuff went out when they had to focus on certain things, and they focused on the wrong thing to me. I think the message has been lost a little bit, but at the same time, I could reckon that's probably more because I don't really like this weird weathered down version of protesting that we have now, where you said earlier about the things that are legal in protest, and it's like that should be the point. It's not about what's legal. As long as you go in, like, I don't think back in the 60s when you used to have like proper protesting, like flower power and all that, it was about what was legal and whatnot. The point was we don't like the way you're running things is, so why are we going to listen to that? It's stupid.
You did have a right to protest more then, like, and
I think we've got a big right to protest right now. We just don't.
It's been eroded away. That's the thing. Yeah.
It's the whole keep calm and carry on thing that's been drilled into us, like as Brits. Yeah. That's why America are too quick most of the time to jump, but I like the fact that they jump. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. There's some serious fucking dickheads that are in charge, and they've made it so that you can't congregate outside the Houses of Parliament. You can't congregate in these certain situations.
I think it's human nature. I think whoever would be in the system we have, it will end up going the same kind of way in the end. I don't think it would change with Labour either.
No, it does. It does a bit. That's the thing. It's like
I can't say it's a different world now than the last time Labour were in.
It's true, but the thing is, it's like governments that stay in power for too long start to get really up their own arse.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
And that's what the Conservatives are at the moment, is they're really up their own arse. They think they can do no wrong. They think they deserve to be in power no matter what. They've shifted fucking borders and things to make it more difficult for other people to get into power.
They don't do anything quick, though, do they? When if somebody new gets into power or something, they don't suddenly make all these quick changes, or do they a lot of the time?
Because the Conservatives are all got on the same point in the same way.
And he's Prime Minister. But I mean, just in general, when you look at other things, like other countries too, there's not these big, huge, sweeping changes when a new party gets in. It's hard to say for here.
Was with Trump in a few ways, because he
was actually another party getting in with it. Cause I don't know which is which.
No, but he basically set it. Yeah, because
he just from Obama, changed it anyway.
Which was Democrat to Trump on Republican.
Oh, okay. He was always going to do his own shit anyway. Trump was always.
Yeah, but that guy. Yeah, he was fucking weird.
Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course.
And he is going to come back in.
Yeah, I saw something he put on not long before we started. Something about some big announcement, like something about like America this time needs a Superman or something. It was a picture of him like in front of, only for a second, it was like him in front of like the White House, like pulling open his shirt and be like a Superman symbol thing there. I think he's definitely gonna, he definitely is gonna run. I think he failed some vote, didn't he? But he'll buy whatever he needs to get back to it. He'll be there. But I doubt. Probably win.
But when he took power, he did a lot of like executive.
Yeah, he did. He
set up the Supreme Court as entirely fucking weird, religious, fucking right-wing people who made, repeal fucking Roe versus Wade and shit like that.
Set up the Space Police at least, so which is one good thing. Yeah.
Space Force.
And which came from it.
We're going to make the Space Force is going to be huge.
Going to be the best Space Force in the world.
Everyone's going to love the Space Force. Everyone's going to be loving being part of the Space Force.
Apart from Jie Zhong, I can't remember his name now. It's gone out of my head. I can't remember how you pronounce it. The Chinese leader man.
Oh, Xi Jinping.
What?
Is it Xi Jinping?
That sounds right. Yeah. You got that one. So, but I forgot about letting you know about some of these people that made clean energy.
Yeah.
Stuff happened to them.
Yeah.
So we've already heard about Stefan Marinov, John Mullen, Dmitry Petrenov.
Yeah.
Now, Zachary Warfield.
Ooh.
He developed his own plasma battery also, much like Dmitry, and even met with Dmitry when he was alive. Just to clarify.
Yeah.
To exchange notes, like he wasn't trying to do no kind of like, Frankenstein malarkey. He had to go straight up to exchange notes between scientists. Get off my back about it. The same year as meeting with Petrenov, Warfield died in a strange boating accident in Washington, D.C., which is the weirdest part to me. A boating accident in Washington.
So he went on a lake.
I guess. Okay. Can happen to... Definitely something that can happen to an idiot
Shitballs.
that made his own plasma battery. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Eugene Malov. Eugene Malov was a physicist and expert in cold fusion. He claimed to have designed and built a prototype of a clean energy device. In 2004, the day before he was due to make a public announcement about his prototype and findings, he was beaten to death.
These get worse and worse for the fucking reasoning of why they died. Fell out of a window, disappeared at a bakery, just beat him to death.
No explanation. Just beaten to death.
Beat him to death.
Like walking along.
Didn't you tell us who beat him to death? This person.
Oh, I bet you someone did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah.
beat him up.
Yeah.
Because we found him dead and he was beaten up.
Yeah. We could see the fist marks, the boot marks.
Yeah.
He could have beaten himself to death.
Could have.
He might have. We're not saying. We're just pointing out that it happened.
We're not going to investigate this further.
I don't think we need to. Case closed. We know what happened here.
Yeah.
He was beaten to death.
This man was beaten to death.
Case
We
closed.
solved this
Yeah.
case.
Airy de Goose.
Okay.
De Gosse. De Goose.
Okay.
Airy de Goose actually patented free energy technology based on the 0 point field. That was one of the things.
I was about to say 0 point energy is an interesting thing.
It's all this thing. You might like the original video then.
Yeah.
In 2007, he was going to board a plane to meet with investors who were going to fund more of his research. He was found dead in his car at the airport.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
He got to the airport at least, you know.
This is insane. How many more are there?
5.
Jesus Christ.
He's on all of them either. Like, these are just the ones that I've noticed. No, wait, 6. Yeah. Wait,
This
no.
is crazy.
Yeah. Rory Johnson.
Okay?
Rory Johnson created a cold fusion laser activated magnetic motor
Okay.
that generated over 500 horsepower. All those fancy words. Laser activated magnetic. I picked the least
fusion,
fancy out of them, really. And they're still measuring it in how many horses it's equivalent to.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit old school.
This
isn't it?
many horses.
Yeah.
Oh, that laser is that many horses. Cool.
You know, in some places in the world, in New Zealand and stuff, they measure it in kilowatts.
Yeah.
Kilowatts of energy, mate.
That sounds
Right,
better than a
kilowatts of energy, mate.
That sounds fucking better.
Have you ever
Oh,
heard of kilowatt?
yeah. In Australia, they didn't have any.
You ever been in front of a kilowatt?
Yes, they wouldn't have.
Back and good.
They wouldn't have had
They're so
fucking
good at kilowatts.
no horses in New Zealand or Australia. Not too sure which one it was. Going to cover both bases.
Yeah.
Apart from the one I got
New
that it
Zealand.
was.
New Zealand.
In that case, fuck the Aussies. It wasn't them.
You know, it wasn't.
Unless the Aussies are listening.
I think the Aussies still actually use horsepower. Although I don't know about that. You don't.
We have people from both that listen to this, and I don't know how to skirt these waters.
Oh no.
And they should know. There's a lot of water
They
around
should
them.
know.
Especially New Zealand.
Why
That
should
thing's
they know?
little. Actually, it's little.
Why should
Yeah,
they?
let's back Australia.
Why should they know that though?
Because there's a lot of water around them.
Oh.
Well, I suppose, what the fuck am I on about? We're much smaller.
We're surrounded by fucking water.
Yeah, and we're much
It's
smaller.
the whole point of being an island.
We're tiny, but we got a lot of power. We're like a rich person with a micro penis, baby.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Donald Trump. We're as a country with Donald Trump.
It's true.
Yeah, little Donald Trump. He's got a big brother who's like I don't know, super sociopath. Biden Trump baby. A bit of Bin Laden in there.
A bump.
A bump Laden. There you go. We got that together. So Johnson created a cold fusion laser thing.
Yes.
That motor that generated over 500 horsepower. He planned a public demonstration of 4 vehicles equipped with this motor. So he's going to whack 4 motors into these vehicles, clean energy, etc., etc. The US Department of Energy placed a restraining order on his technology, preventing the publication, and he died shortly after, despite being in excellent health.
Oh my God, that's not that. These again keep decreasing in amount of trying.
Well,
at this point they're like
That one was
no,
put together a bit more. There was some technical stuff in there, though, you know.
Yeah, but they actually went, yeah, no, you can't do that. And
Yeah,
die
exactly,
now.
yeah.
For
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, they're not even trying.
He died shortly after. You know, they didn't even say he was beaten to death. He just died. He just died. Like, what's happened here then? Well, this man, perfect health, just got screwed over by the government. Yeah. He died, didn't it?
This man is dead.
Dead.
What have we found here? This man is dead. Well, case solved. Let's move on to another
Let's
one.
move on. Nothing more.
The energy detectives.
Nothing more we can do here, lads. Nothing more we can do. We're the Men in Black. We're actually called that, not because of aliens.
I actually want to do that as a reoccurring sketch now. The energy detectives. It's just like, what have we got here? Dmitry Petrolov. He created a new kind of fusion engine, and then, well, he died. Well, what do we think happened here, gentlemen? Well, this man died. He's died. He's dead. Yep, he's dead.
I got the tagline.
Case solved.
I got the tagline for you. Energy detectives.
Yeah.
The real Men in Black. Because if they're not doing their job, then everyone's in the black.
Yeah.
Something like that. We can work on it.
Yeah.
We can workshop this. We'll get there.
The men preventing blackouts.
The men preventing... that sounds a bit racist there. We've got to be careful how we skew this.
We do.
Yeah.
Let's not skew this wrong.
We've got to skew this correctly.
Yeah, we've got to not ask you. We've got to e-skew.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
You can e-skew as much as you want, but I must ask you a question.
Okay.
I'm not asking, I don't need to ask you a question, but Mark Tomian. Tomian was a physicist who patented...
before you go on,
what
happens at the end of this one? Do they just literally go, here is a thing that will solve all of world's problems, smash it on the floor and shoot the man in the face?
You're close. Shockingly close. Are you involved in this? Doesn't say where it was from. It could have been.
Yeah.
Tomian was a physicist who patented tech called a star drive, which uses 0-point energy. In 2009, he developed a working prototype, but suddenly died from an unexpected cardiac event.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
His research is still missing.
Oh my God.
So that was the proverbial smashing on the floor, I guess. It disappeared. Stuff was
so stupid.
Unexpected cardiac event. The most vague thing you can say, unexpected heart event is what happened. Any event, first of all, that happens with your heart is unexpected. Yeah. Apart from it beating.
Yeah. That's the only one that you're really okay with.
Beating in a normal rhythm. That's generally the only event. So we can cut out unexpected. So cardiac event.
Yeah.
Anything happening is an event.
Yeah.
We're left with cardiac.
Yeah.
He heart.
That's
the explanation. He hearted to death. And his research went to walkies.
Yeah. I patented this. Die now.
Yeah. It was there in the proper everything you're supposed to do. All the things you're supposed to do to get it in the public eye and all that. Yeah. Don't matter. He hearted.
Yeah.
He hearted. Stan Myers. Myers developed a working engine that ran on water. In 1997, he died as what was officially reported to be a cerebral hemorrhage. This happened while having lunch with two potential investors.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Do you want to know what his last words were?
What?
I was poisoned.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, I don't know what he was trying to say by that.
No, I think it's a riddle.
It's a riddle, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it might be just completely nonsensical. It might not mean anything. It might be the crazy...
It's babbling
nonsense.
It's not even English, man.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Poisoned.
No, I was poisoned.
Sorry.
Better grammar.
I was poisoned. Those aren't even words.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man. What are you fucking talking about?
You need at least a good 4 words in there for a sentence. Come on, everyone knows that.
He's not saying anything.
Yeah. It's that's
basically like walking into a room and going, woo!
Yeah, it's like having a book that's just a title.
Yeah.
It's like, you give me the heading and then you stopped.
Yeah.
I mean, he was probably dead at that point.
Yeah.
So you had to stop.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Start earlier.
Yeah, fucking finish your
Be punctual.
God.
Hope you learn better when you get there.
Someone poisoned me. That would have been a good one.
Now, do you remember at the beginning of this?
Yeah.
I spoke to you about a fella called James Allen.
I believe so.
You know what I'll do, actually? I'm going to pull something up.
Oh.
So you entertain the masses for a moment. I'm in OnlyFans, that camera's over there. It is? That's weird.
Everybody's having a Christmas day.
Fuck was I searching for? Oh yeah.
Reindeers on the skies, taking shits that fall on down. Yeah. If you find a reindeer poop, put it in your window. Get go. Yeah. Everybody knows that. That's a thing about Christmas.
Christmas!
Snowmen, if you shoot 'em, die for real.
They melt all over your feet.
That's a thing about Christmas.
Christmas! Jesus is my honky. I had to make sure I said that perfectly. I had to think about it before I said it. Yeah. Don't say the bad word. Don't say the bad word. I wouldn't normally think about the bad word, but all I was thinking in that moment was the bad word.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's in here somewhere. I'll just show you the original video that I watched, you see. Oh, no, go. I don't need your beautiful scientific voice, sir. So, okay, I shouldn't have done it until I got to the point where but here we are. Okay, so let me find this fella for you. It's probably further over here, actually.
Oh,
that's
the
that
Glock.
yeah.
Oh, I love the Glock.
Oh, there we go. No, that's when you're going through all these people, look.
The Glock.
So these are all these people that I showed. Oh, this fella here.
Yeah.
This is James Allen. He's a documentarian that put a lot of this stuff together initially. He's done a lot of like research into like 0 point energy and that. That's what the documentary was originally about, but it became like looking at like the stuff behind it, like the stuff we were saying about all the deaths and all that and all the weird things. And in this interview, they were asking him about like, and there's someone else as well, an older dude who's involved in it as well, asking both of them about how they felt, like, you know, like, were they worried with all this stuff, you know, like, it isn't that old. It looks okay there.
Mm-hmm.
Looks alright.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like, you know, anything particular going on. Where's the mouse? There we go, I found it. But, okay, yeah. So after that, he was diagnosed about 3 weeks later with an aggressive form of cancer while still in the editing stage with his 0 point energy documentary. No, this is after. This is the next documentary, but yeah. He was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer. He was dead in 3 months. Autopsy results show an unusually aggressive tumour that normally is seen in patients suffering from cancer for years, not weeks.
Jesus Christ.
So, they would not normally see that, but weirdly, and I don't know why these weren't put together and weren't looked at a bit stronger, at the same time in his blood, there also just happened to be high levels of radioisotopes at a toxic level, including manganese, beryllium, thorium and uranium. Your general run-of-the-mill toxins that you find in anyone's blood that just happen to have, you know, died from a random cancer out of nowhere, super aggressive.
That's ridiculous.
Totally. But the other guy, Mark McCandless, the other guy who was doing it with, I know the guy who's also had interviews where he's talking about being scared and stuff. He said about how he used to sleep with a gun under his bed, loaded, for a long period of time and that. This year, so where we're at now, 2022, it's bad that I had to look, that shows how tired I am. You know, I feel awake in my head, but mind tired.
Yeah.
It does the same thing, technically. This year, he was found dead in his apartment from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot. No details have been released so far. So, right up until this year, still offering the people. Just right out in the open. Just right out there. And the weirdest thing about that is, going by like how simple, because the idea like behind like this clean energy stuff is where it came from, technology drops out of the sky, etc., you know. The idea of, if they really are hiding it, it shows how messed up they actually are and how little they actually care about people. It just shows they want to make money, and it's easier to make money from fossil fuels and stuff, type of energy, rather than actual clean ways.
Well, yeah, because you can't charge people because they don't need to get any more fuel.
There's no cut off demand and all that, you know.
Jesus.
There's no end of no supply and demand.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I mean.
You
Yeah.
can't keep on selling them the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They want to control that as long as they can.
Right. It's getting kind of late.
Yeah. That's shocking though, ain't it, man?
Yeah.
Like, just how blatant and in the open it is.
The thing that's really
And the people who
scary,
talked
as I
about
say,
it.
They start off relatively like
Chill.
and like trying to hide it, and by the end it's so obvious.
These are just ones you know of. You know, if there's ones you know of, there's plenty that you don't know of too. Plenty that didn't get it anywhere near, like, you know, publicly known.
Yeah. That's fucked, man.
Just pure fucking balls of it as well. Like all that shit, like the radioisotopes, like it's.
Like if you are a person out there who's been researching this stuff and you think you've got a breakthrough, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone at all. Then do it. Release a video and a patent all on the same day. Make sure it's everywhere, and then hide in plain sight around people. Make sure no one comes near you that you don't know.
The Bob Lazar, if Bob Lazar could have been around now, what he probably would have done.
Yeah.
Which probably would be exactly that. Because he did a lot of that just without being able to get it out there because of the internet, exactly.
Yeah.
Except for, I mean.
You need to fucking shock and awe without them even knowing, because otherwise you're going to get fucking killed.
That Randall Carson dude was talking about these guys that have been working on some geology-based, like, motor that, like, is clean energy, basically, this kind of thing. Just, like, endless, and they've been doing it in secret for, like, 9 years for that kind of reason, you know. And they're just at the point now where they got a prototype and don't want to bring it out, so it's like something that should be seen soon from that. And they've been doing it in hiding for that reason. I don't know how much I believe in him at the moment with that, because I've recently changed a few of my opinions on Graham Hancock as well. So and he was involved with him a lot, so I don't know how I feel. Got to look back at a few Graham Hancock stuff too as well now, because a lot of the stuff that's been pointed out by architects that I've seen, it's like, you know, I had those thoughts when I was watching it too, so, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're getting at. I see your point.
Yeah.
And Hancock's an angry man. Anyway.
Hancock's an angry man.
He's an angry man. He's been hurt by... I reckon he must have had, like, a really, like, close girlfriend that, like, hurt him. And she was an architect. Yeah.
Now he fucking hates him.
Yeah. So keeps getting older. Keeps keeps saying about how, like, you know, if only they would come here and excavate this, but they just don't do it. No, this archaeologist is like, we don't do most of the places we want to go to. If we had the money to, no, we wouldn't pick there, because there's all these fucking great places we'd love to go to. It's not like back in the day we used to get dynamite and just blow your way into things. Now you go there and you go really slowly, bit by bit, trying to keep it, because anytime you go into things, you're still going to destroy it. You're trying to destroy it in the nicest, minimalist way possible. That takes time and a lot of money. It's like, which we don't have, because there's other stuff important, you know, like medicine. The whole point of getting that, it's like, which is cool, I get it, but, you know, we want funding too. So, we get, He's like, and he was saying, you got millions from all this, like, Netflix stuff. If you really want to find out so badly, pay us and we'll find out with you. Like, it's fine, we'll put all the reviews, like, it was just like, good point. Anyway,
Yeah. Well, we're going to do plugs and shit?
Do some plugs and shit.
You go first.
I will go first. Wow. Y'all know this. It's the KD Comedy Inc. It's the place to come to check out all the comedy and have a sing. We can have a laugh. We've killed them with comedy. Or in your house have a comedian on and we can do a silly. There is also comedian quiz off sometimes. Yeah. And I covered it. And my OnlyFans where I'll be swinging my balls around, not like a pirate, which is Nathan's one.
Yeah, that's going to be so hot when I do it.
Yeah.
You know it.
And he definitely hasn't already started doing this.
Of course.
That was actually me in that video of the man with the hanging...
the hanging thing.
Yeah. That was me. That was from my OnlyFans. I was hoping you wouldn't notice while watching it, you see.
That's right.
I wasn't playing the Chinese guy, I was playing the thing hanging out his ass as a clarify.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
That's like cameo for the baby.
Yes.
Who was holding at the end a weird armpit thing. what they actually cut out was my cameo. There was a second one on the other armpit. It's like, you know, we're supposed to be twins and have this kind of buddy cop thing going on throughout the rest of the film or series. I forget what it was now.
Yeah.
Don't think I ever knew.
No.
Yeah, I
It
never
was
happened.
fucking weird though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hemorrhoid and hooch was it? That's what it was going to be. Oh, I was hemorrhoid. He was hooch.
Yeah.
Everybody else in that room died of radiation poisoning. Seconds later.
Yeah, because you
Seconds later.
clean energy.
Well, yeah, I mean, they had no idea like how fast the toxic.
Turns out clean energy comes from whacking a man's giant hemorrhoid and then slapping his milk.
It makes sense when you think about it, really.
I mean, it's science.
Yeah. Oh, quite obviously, it is science.
As my friend Leo would say, it's fucking science, man.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
They don't.
No. And science does not care about your milk.
No.
Well, it does actually.
Anyway, I'm going to do my plugs.
Do your plugs.
Post-apocalyptic metal treehouse.
I mean, you could try and say the word separately.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic metal treehouse available on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts.
Podbean, maybe.
I need to get it onto all of them. Really, there's some. That
Do you use RSS?
feed on? Yeah, you got a copy of them on it. I still haven't done it.
If just throw them onto a lot of them automatically. Are you on the RSS.com one on the what I don't? That's literally what it's called. But one I'm use. It's got like a dashboard and that.
I'll have to use that. Yeah, so there's that. There's also Adbreaker, which I'm still working on, and I'm still working on more post-apocalyptic. I'm working on shit. Right? I have a full-time job now, and it takes up loads of time, and I don't have enough time to do shit. And yeah.
But if they want us to make things quicker, they have to sign up to all our things. We can make money from that,
Watch
and
that
then we
shit.
can do all the stuff all the time.
Yeah.
We ain't got to worry about making money then.
I want to be able to make YouTube videos enough to make money, to keep you all entertained, so that on the side I can do stand-up and make movies. And
I want to make enough
I think
money.
realistically, that's what we all want.
I want to make enough money from podcasting and comedy so I can get high and eat Chinese takeaway whenever I want to without thinking, have I got enough of this Chinese takeaway?
That's a good fucking
Mhm.
life to live.
I think I might just go the full hog and get a Chinese chef following me.
Yeah, I still like the idea of the ultimate level of rich, and you don't need any more than just being able to walk into a nice restaurant and order whatever you want off the menu without having to look at the price.
Lobster. Don't even want to eat it.
Yeah.
Don't want to order it.
Yeah,
I'll try it. Not like it. I'll hate it.
yeah. But you want to be able to just go, you know what? I just want what I want. And I don't have to look at my bank account and how it's going to affect it. Because you know what? To quote Crystalia.
Ah, my God.
You want to know why? To quote Crystalia.
Oh.
Because there ain't no dancing.
Dun.
Doesn't make it.
Dun.
Dang.
Dun. Popping the mic already. Oh, you got it.
Doesn't even make a dent, dude.
Dun.
A dent.
I can do the bird part.
Anyway,
I am a wink.
Whatever you do, try not to make a dent. And until then, kill them with comedy, I guess.
Yeah, just don't fucking make a clean energy generator because someone will kill you and it won't be with comedy.
It won't be fucking funny.
No.
They won't even try.
We should do like a kill them with comedy.
Kill them.
No. We gotta do the. No. 1, 2, go.
1, 2, go.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go. No, what?
Is it 1, 2?
1, 2, 3, go.
Alright.
1, 2, go. Oh, no, it's me that time. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say the thing. Yeah.
Just kill them with comedy.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, kill them with comedy.
Hey!
Yeah.
That worked.
I'm not gonna lie. I was taking the piss at first, purposely doing it wrong, and then I just started doing it wrong.